Everyone. I'm just going to let everybody pop on tonight. I have got something really exciting to share with everyone tonight. And, I hope it's okay this evening. I'm going to share a little story about myself, become a little bit vulnerable this evening, and share some really exciting stuff. So as you're popping on, let me know exactly where you are. Hey, Brad. Hey, Brenda, Miss Annette, David, Edwin, Jean, Hazel, Jim, Joseph, Lenora, Michael, Nick Morgan, Rodney, Sal, Terry, Trey, Victor. Brad is in Marietta, which is only about 45 minutes from here. Jim's in Merritt Island, Florida. We got Marty in Alabama. Love, love, love Alabama. So just kind of let me know exactly where you are while we're waiting for this to get started. I just like to see where everybody's from. I hope y'all are having an awesome day, awesome weekend. Man, how do y'all feel about the time changing back? It's like I looked outside and it's still light outside. Normally when I'm doing this, I've been used to it being dark, and I'm like, wow, it feels like I'm doing it a little bit early. So it's really cool. But hey, Rodney from New York, Reginald from Chicago, Illinois, Isaac from New Mexico, Joseph from New Jersey, Ira from Chicago, Illinois, Trey from North Carolina. Actually, Trey, I was in North Carolina, in Bryson City over the weekend. Dave's in St. Augustine. Yeah, isn't that right? Is it 7 p.m. or 7 a.m.? Hey, Dave, I'm working on a deal in Palaca. I think that's got to be like to the west of you a little bit, I believe. Jean from Pennsylvania. So glad to have you guys on this evening. Certainly excited. Well, one reason why we do these Tuesday night webinars live every time, Peter and I normally does this, but tonight it's just going to be me. But one reason why we do these Tuesday night webinars is really just the simple fact of, if you're a partner, it's just another way for us to, be involved, for you to see us, to hopefully, get some value out of what you're hearing. And if you're not a partner, already, then, really it's kind of letting you know we're here, letting you know we're real people, and, kind of give you some experiences and things that we have to offer. Yeah, David, actually, I need somebody to go look at that property for me. That, like I said, that's in Palaca. I just got the deal today. It's actually strangely enough, a 3,000 square foot mobile home on 5 acres. And it's really beautiful. And I'm just trying to figure out if it's a deal or not. But I know Palaca because my great uncle is from there. Not to get on a sidetrack about a deal in Palaca, Florida, but I'm so glad that all of you are on tonight. If anybody else wants to share where they're from. And listen, tonight, guys, if it's okay with you, I really want this to be a little bit more interactive. I'm going to have some questions for you. And I do see what you're putting in the chat box on the right side of my screen, so I can definitely, answer any questions that you guys may have. Okay. But, again, for those of you, I know we talked a lot about, the live event coming up. I don't know. I have to check with Raphael, but I think we've only got like 2 or 3 spots available. Usually the events in the office sell out very, very quickly. And that's where we show you exactly how to make phone calls directly to sellers to set appointments. So if you're looking to come to the next live event, actually, you probably are going to need to sign up tonight because it is almost sold out. And that's no joke, because once it's sold out, it's sold out, because I do it here in our office. You're sitting with me actually in my office chair today. So, I just can't add more seats. My office is only so big, right? But we would love to have you. For those of you that are not partners, because our partners, you're already getting leads working with us and getting them skip traced, and we show you how to do that for yourself. However, if you're not a partner, one cool thing about coming to our live event is we actually will provide you at minimum 250 seller leads. And we're going to skip trace those to find their phone number. And we're going to show you exactly how to make the calls, to set the appointments. And the same goes for our partners. So if you are thinking about coming to that, I think it's next Saturday, go ahead and register now, because like I said, it'll probably be sold out by tomorrow. And we just have room for a couple more people. So yes, Joseph, you need a spot. So hopefully I'll see you here next weekend. Listen, I've got some questions for you this evening. If everybody is ready to get started here. Who's ready to get started with tonight's webinar? Okay, great. So a quick question for you guys. I just kind of want to get a good idea of where everyone is. Hey, who out there works, I don't know, 40 hours a week? 40 hours a week or less? What about 50 hours? Is any of you guys working, 50 hours a week? Oh, Vitaly, 70. Trey, yeah. So anybody working over 70 hours a week? Oh, Jim, 65. Got it. Jean, around 40. Okay. All right. Got you guys. Hey, can I ask you this? When you started working, your 40, 50, 60, 70 hours a week, or kind of like think back to whenever you were a young person, maybe some of you already are. I mean, was that your plan? I mean, was that your vision to like work 65, 50 hours a week? Was that kind of your plan going into this? To work that? Was that your idea of really what you wanted for your life? Jim said, yes, he drank the Kool-Aid and bought into the myth. And I totally get that. But I do want to share something, a story with you guys, as to something a little bit crazy here that I heard. So one quick story that I want to share to you. Can you guys believe that the 40-hour work week was actually, the idea of that was like 100 years ago, okay? 100 years ago, Henry Ford came up with the idea of the 40-hour work week. Now, why did he do that? Well, he was, doing well, and he's like, okay, we've got to build more cars, right? But he did not want to build more factories. So he had an idea, and he said, okay, so what if I use the same factory, okay, and I just have 3 different shifts within a day, and then I have everybody work 5 days a week. My factory will just continuously run 24 hours a day for those 5 days a week. So actually what's crazy is that Henry Ford came up with the 40-hour work week. Isn't that crazy that we all still believe in the 40-hour work week with something that was taught over 100 years ago, okay? So the point is, and the reason why I asked you if the 40-hour work week or working more than that was your vision or not, it's because, really in life, time is more valuable than money. And you can always get more money, but you cannot get back more time. So what's your time, what's your time worth for you, right? Well, tonight, what I want to go over with you is, and for those of you that are already partners, you will have access to this. For those of you that are not, I want to give you an option that maybe might get you out of that thinking, okay? It's called the 21-Day Challenge and Beyond University, and we'll go over that, here shortly. So I just want to make sure we're not sharing here anymore, because I want to kind of go over a quick story with you, if that's okay. For me, real estate, was the avenue that I took to kind of get out of the 40, 50-hour work week that a lot of us are in. Even though I work, lots of hours, it's doing things that I want to do. But the difference between you being successful or not kind of all boils down to this. It's taking massive action. I mean, who here is ready to take massive action? Is anybody willing to take massive action in their life? Let me know. Yeah, Maria is. Rodney is. Jim, you already have. Good, great. David, oh yeah, awesome. I totally get it, guys. But unless you take massive action in life, you're not going to get to where you want to be. Listen, of course, I want you guys to make a ton of money, right? I mean, yeah, I want you to make a ton of money. But most of all, I want you to have a life. I want you to create a business that provides certainty that you can be financially free. Putting yourself in an environment where there's lots of new and exciting challenges. Have your friends, your family look up to you as a role model in their life. Maybe, having the ability to spend more time with your family, creating lasting memories. For me, that's maybe like going on vacation with my family, or maybe going on vacation with, your partner. I mean, do you think spending more time, with your significant other would help your relationship? Of course it would. And having more money to maybe contribute to charities, or even, maybe giving money to help people in your life that are important to you when you need it. Right? So do you mind me showing you how I was able to have a career where I was able to take massive action? Do you guys mind, me sharing with my story with you guys? And if I deliver far and over and above your expectations and share this information that'll change your life forever, I mean, would you guys be willing to take massive action tonight? Okay, great. Also, I'm going to go ahead and let you know that the story that I'm about to share with you is very, very personal to me. But I want to share it with you because I think it's important, because I know probably a lot of you have a similar story or are already going through this right now, okay? So that's why, if it's okay, I just want to get real with you and kind of let you know where I was mentally and, in a lot of different places when I got started. All right. Is everybody cool with that? Awesome. So let's go back to around June 2013. I mean, I was literally at the lowest, and I mean lowest point in my life. Number one, I was going through bankruptcy. Number two, I actually had a miscarriage. I got a divorce, and I quit my job. I mean, literally everything I had set up for my life, I lost. I lost, got divorced, everything financially, lost my house. I quit my job and unfortunately had a miscarriage. Because of these circumstances, I now find myself without the ability to afford housing and provide for my family. So, and when I talk about family at the time, it was me and my daughter, Taylor. And she was about 9 years old at the time. So, you know what I did? I did what anybody else had to do. I had to do what I needed to do to survive and take care of Taylor and myself. So what I decided to do is I didn't just decide, I had to move and live in my dad's mechanic shop. Now, my dad's mechanic shop was located on the property where my mom and dad lived. So imagine like the house here, my dad's mechanic shop here. Now, in the back of the mechanic shop, there was like this storage room, not much bigger than this office. this office, this little office room right here. In this small room, like I said, behind a shop, it's where I slept. It's where I cooked and housed all my belongings. I mean, on one side of the room was a sink where I had to wash everything in the sink. Next to it was a small refrigerator, little TV. I used to call it a click-clack. Those like couches that when you fold it up, they click and they clack and they fold down to a bed. That's where I slept. Because of the size and the condition of that room, what I would do every night is I would actually send Taylor to go down there to sleep with my mom and dad's house because I wanted her to have a good bed to sleep in. I mean, I'll never forget. I remember walking down the hill from that shop down to mom and dad's house. I would walk down that hill to put Taylor to bed. I had the flashlight in my hand and the overwhelming feeling of just another night of tucking her into bed, feeling that, I'm just a horrible mother by not being able to provide for what she deserves. After months of this, there was this one particular morning, just like every other morning, when I woke up and I'm like, I'm going to go get Taylor out of bed and we're going to get started for the day. And it was like a morning like no other that I've ever had before. As my feet hit the ground and I started to walk down there, literally, I just felt like my legs were just knocked out from underneath me. And as I looked into the sky, it was like I was forced to look up. I mean, it was the most beautiful sky I had ever seen before. I have never seen a sky look like that. And this peace, and it just rolled over me. And I knew everything was going to be okay. I realized in that moment, I deserved better for my daughter, and I certainly deserved better for myself. That day was the day that I decided that I was going to do whatever I had to do to forge a better life for her and I. Let's just say, guys, don't feel sorry for me for telling you this story, but let's just say now I'm in a much better situation. I'm now married to my wonderful husband, Brian. I also have 3 stepchildren, Brianna, Jacob, and Rachel. And Brianna just gave us our first grandbaby, Ellie Mae. Experiences are what mold us into the people we are today. But that doesn't mean that our past and the mistakes that we made define us. For me, real estate investing was my career path. Why? Because I got to spend more time with my family. The opportunity, to show Taylor that nothing is final and that you can always change your situation. And I would tell her, baby, don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. Having the money to be able to contribute to things that are important to me, like my family and, other charitable things that mean a lot to me, and no longer feel like a failure in other people's eyes. Now, after telling you this story, are you ready to take massive action? Please answer me here. Are you guys ready to take massive action to change that for yourself and your family? I hope you are. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. So tonight, I'm going to share with you a system that we've put together to show you exactly how to get into this business, okay? To show you exactly how to get into this business. If it's okay, is it okay with me, guys, to share that with you tonight? Not tonight. Do you mind me going ahead and showing you what I have to offer here? Okay, great. So let me go ahead and pull up this little slideshow that I have prepared so I can explain everything to you. So tonight, I want to provide a way for any of you, whether you're just getting started, but you're ready to take massive action. And it's called the 21-day challenge and beyond. And what do I mean by 21-day challenge and beyond? We're going to show you exactly what you need to do in 21 days to focus yourself in to actually getting a property under contract. I mean, wouldn't that be amazing? And then now we've added beyond, because I'll show you in just a minute what the beyond means. So first, we're going to help you by showing you how to locate those hot pocket areas, kind of like where all the good deals exist in every marketplace. It really does not matter where you live in the United States. There's certain pockets within your areas to where you're just going to find better deals. So a lot of you that are looking to get into real estate investing just don't know, where do I look for the best deals? Don't worry, we're going to show you exactly where these hot pocket areas are to where the good deals are. Also, the next thing, I mean, what is it that I look for in a house to know if it's a profitable property or not? What are those numbers? What are those figures to know if this is a deal worth doing, right? And get this, you are going to get access to our revolutionary technology, and it pulls the owner information, the mortgage information on all of the properties. It really kind of aggregates from the tax records, but it also pulls mortgage information along with evaluation of the property. With this revolutionary technology, you're going to have the ability to skip trace. What is skip tracing? Skip tracing is a term used to find that seller's information, okay? Meaning their phone number, sometimes maybe their emails, and sometimes maybe their social media profile. So wouldn't it be cool, like if you're driving down the road or you're somewhere and you're like, man, I want to know a little bit more about that property. And just by one click here, I can pull up the property information, figure out what the tax records are, who own it, what the property's worth, what they might owe on their mortgage, okay? The ability to just pick up the phone and call them to set an appointment because it's something that I want. It's a house that I want, right? That's just one of the many tools that we do provide, you know, with our revolutionary technology. What about this? Let's say you want to call those people. What do you say? Well, listen, we're providing you the scripts and the templates that teach you exactly how to contact the owners and set appointments. These scripts are not something that I found off the internet 10 years ago. These scripts were developed from me actually making hundreds of thousands of calls and things that work, right? And showing you how to say, what to say when you're trying to get a property under contract. Because, you know, in my belief, when you're talking to sellers, they don't want to hear from some big time real estate investor. They want someone that's real, someone that they can relate to, someone like you, right? There's also, you're probably thinking, okay, well, what do I do when I find a house? Where's a contract? We're going to provide you a purchase contract that we've used to do over 3,000 real estate deals. I know personally, I've done around 1,600 and I've used this purchase contract. But the video is going to show you, I'm going to explain what each part of the contract means. Because if you are going to if you're going to send someone a contract, you better know exactly what everything means in that contract, because being able to talk that through with a seller is super important. I mean, you don't want to give somebody a contract and not understand what it means, do you? No, of course not. You don't want to do that. Also, we're going to show you some great negotiation tips and strategies. Negotiations is a large part of this business. Being able to talk to people and negotiate to get deals at the price range that you are looking for it's a craft. And these same negotiation tips and strategies that we're talking about are going to not only be able to help you with real estate, they're going to be able to help you with anything else. It's crazy. Like whenever I went and bought my last truck, I guess it was about 6 months ago, it's funny, like I'm negotiating with the sales guy, and it's like the same thing that, that I've learned from actually my partner, Peter Vexelman, which is part of this training. He's the one that taught me negotiations. And I use these negotiation tips and strategies like every day of my life. I mean, it is some of the most valuable things you could ever imagine, having those negotiation tips and strategies. I mean, and really, how do you get a property under contract? Okay. It's not just knowing the contract. It's not just, knowing how to call and set appointment. Once you have all of that put together, how do you get it under contract? Wouldn't you like to know that? Okay, so I told you we were going to give you access to our revolutionary Deal Driven app. But what I haven't told you is for those of you that are interested in our 21-day challenge and beyond, we are going to give you 30 days of free access to our revolutionary Deal Driven app. Now, I do want to mention to you, if you were to go online and buy Deal or go look to do Deal Driven, the biggest free trial you could get would be 7. After 7 days, it's $49 a month. And right now, I know I talked about being able to go out and find a property, but one really cool thing that's happened recently is that the ability to pull list inside of Deal Driven. And by the way, I hired a new person to make calls for me, to set my appointments for me. You're not going to believe, we are literally pulling leads directly from Deal Driven. Okay. For those of you that know it a little bit, I'm looking for non-owner occupied properties with at least 40% equity that have a maximum valuation of like $250,000 or less. Skip tracing those. And then literally I'm having her, just for me, for time's sake, I've trained her how to make calls, set appointments for me. Okay. From this Deal Driven technology. Okay, in her 3 weeks, and now mind you, she was brand new when she's gotten started. She's already set 9 appointments. I have 2 tomorrow. So it's only going to get better and better and better. And that is a free. Pulling list inside of Deal Driven is a free search. Listen, I used to pay like between 8 and 12 cents a piece per lead for it to be filtered down. When we decided to create Deal Driven, what we decided to do was make this accessible for everyone. The whole mantra of this call tonight, because for those of you that are in that situation where you want to take massive action, but you don't have, like some people, tens of thousands of dollars to put into it, we wanted to create a piece of technology that's accessible to everybody. That's how much I believe, in Deal Driven. And with Deal Driven, with the 21-day challenge, it's going to get you from start to getting properties under contract and getting you on your way to all those things we talked about, like creating that business that provides the certainty that you can be financially free. Putting yourself in an environment where there's lots of new and exciting things. Having your family and friends look up to you. Maybe being able to spend more time with your family. That's why we're creating these things, because we want you to have that for yourself too. Okay? So like we said with Deal Driven, you can locate any property in the U.S., easily search for vacant properties, non-owner occupied, pre-foreclosures, a new feature called No Mail, which No Mail means recently within the last 90 days, the post office has recorded a mail change, which, is, I could go into that for a whole webinar on why you should be contacting those individuals. And then with one click of an info button, you're going to be able to call them, text them, email them, even go to their social media accounts. Is that not crazy that in this day and age that you can literally use technology to reach deals? People say now that sometimes finding deals is harder than it used to be. In my opinion, it's much easier than it used to be because of the ability to be able to contact people when you want to. And then you can literally organize your task and organize your list and everything inside of Deal Driven, right? Now, here's the kicker with 21 days and beyond, okay? So for those of you, obviously, if you're a partner, anything we do, you're always going to be involved with because everything we do is always about our partners, okay? For those of you that are not partners yet and you would like to be involved in the 21-day challenge and above, I've added a new bonus because we put out 21-day challenge, and then I thought to myself, man, people have questions and they want to be answered, and maybe, you know, being guided a little bit more would help. So get this. Here's your first bonus. And to me, this is like one of the most important bonuses of all. Every week, I'm going to do a live group training call with all of you that are in the 21-day challenge and above, so that you can hear directly from myself or Peter what you should be doing to better your real estate investing career. On that call, you are going to have the ability to talk to myself directly in front of the other people that are in this group. You're going to be able to ask questions. You're going to be able to learn and grow. Is that not crazy? I mean, you know, to me, that's absolutely amazing, right? So, is that something you guys would be interested in? Is learning more about the 21-day challenge, having the weekly training calls? You know, beginning of tonight, do you know what I said to you? Are you ready to take action? Who here is still ready to take action? So what we have decided to do is, I believe in this so much, and I believe that, like I said, a lot of you are a lot of you are just like I was, right? So what we're going to do tonight, and for the first 100 people, we are going to give you a 30-day look into our 21-day challenge and beyond for $1. $1. Now, that means you get access to all of our pre-recorded videos and all the training, our purchase contracts, my scripts. I mean, like these scripts are probably one of my favorite things I've ever created, and it's the thing that's made me the most money of anything I've ever done. Our 30-day access to our Deal Driven app, right? And a weekly group training call. I promise you it's going to be one of the best training calls ever. And also, it's only for like $1 to give it a try. Then after, of course, you're going to love it after you've been in there for the month. And guess what? Right after that, it's only going to be $99 a month. And then you're going to have access to everything, including, like I said, those weekly group coaching calls where it's going to be myself, it's going to be Peter. And again, you can get all of this tonight for like $1. I mean, to me, I'm making this offer so incredible that there's no reason for anyone not to take action. At least if you try it out for a month for $1, if it's not right for you, you don't have to try this anymore. But it'll at least take away, right? That fact, it'll at least take away your fear of getting started. In life, there's nothing to it but to do it. And I promise you, you and your family deserve more. So if you would like to be in our 21-day challenge and beyond, All you got to do is click the link. Okay. It's right here in tonight in the chat box, or if you're not watching this live, the button's going to be here, 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 somewhere. There's going to be a button for you, but I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly where to go if you want to learn more. Okay. So let me get this straightened out here. Get rid of some of my stuff. Oops. All right. So let's see. Is everybody seeing my screen here? So again, like I said, this is just a video of some of our clients that are getting houses under contract using the deal-driven technology. But again, let's go with what you're going to get here. You are going to have access to our university. In this university, it's going to show you exactly where to start, from start to finish. It's going to show you exactly what areas you should be looking for, what type of deals you should be looking for, what are good deals, what are not good deals, how to negotiate, what's a purchase contract, what contract should I be using, what type of marketing should I be using, right? What about, the scripts on how to call the sellers? Along with that, I'm going to, in my videos, tell you how to make the call, show you the best practices in making those calls, right? And I can't even believe this. You're going to get 30 days of free access to our new technology, the Deal Driven app. If for only $1, if all you could get was access to the Deal Driven app, I mean, come on, don't you think that would be worth it? Of course it would, right? Of course it would. So, I mean, like I said, if you were trying to go get Deal Driven right now, you would be paying, you'd only get 7 days, and then after that it'd be $49. Deal Driven is the tool in your tool belt that is going to make you a successful investor. I promise you. Again, you can capture properties when you're driving down the road, right? Get the instant mortgage information. And I don't want to just kind of cross over that. So let's say you're looking at a property. What if you know the house, and let's just use easy numbers. What if you know the house is worth, just by looking at the app, it's worth $100,000? Do you think it would be valuable to know that the seller only owed $36,000 on their mortgage? Do you think that would be helpful? Yes, it would. Knowledge is key, right? And immediately get accurate property evaluations. Our evaluations inside of Deal Driven is some of the most accurate evaluations that's out there, okay? And know exactly what the equity is in the property. Obviously, the equity is the difference between what somebody owes on their mortgage and what the house is worth. Okay, so knowing that information, it could be very critical. Maybe you want to organize your list. So like for me, I live in, and I'm going to just go ahead and use the town. I live in Dahlonega, Georgia. So I'm currently right now working Gainesville, Georgia, Dahlonega, Georgia, Dawsonville, Georgia, and Cumming, Georgia. So I'm able to organize my list by cities and towns so that I'm able to work those certain areas at a time. For me, I want them organized and called at a certain time because I don't want to be running all over for my appointments. When I'm in Dahlonega, I want to be running all my Dahlonega appointments this week. When I'm in Dawsonville, I want to be running all my Dawsonville. Being able to categorize and place these properties in these lists, it's not that it's just cool. It makes you more efficient, right? Also, with one click, I can get their phone number and just give them a call. And within these training videos, I'm going to share with you the practice on making these good calls. And in those group training calls, by the way, I'm going to show you how to make these calls. Guys, you could try all of this out tonight. Or if you're seeing this, and this is only for the first 100 people, because I couldn't even believe that we were going to do this for $1. But I wanted to take every excuse away you had. For a lot of you that watch us and you're like, okay, maybe I don't know if I'm ready to join the partner program. I want you to decide if real estate investing is right for you. Okay. So again, with using this app, you can call people, you can go to their social media profiles directly from the app. I'm just so excited I can hardly contain myself. So again, let's go over everything you're going to get with the 21-day challenge and beyond. Number one, you're going to learn everything you need to know about taking massive action and getting a deal under contract in 21 days. What if I told you you need to follow a certain step to become successful? I'm not about sitting here letting grass grow under my feet. But when you're looking to get into this, a lot of you are suffering from paralysis of analysis. Why is that? Why do you think you're suffering from paralysis of analysis? The reason that is because there's so much information out there, you don't know where to start. You don't know where to start, and you're so worried about learning everything, when really, if you want to be successful, you don't need to learn everything right now. You need to take massive action, okay? I always tell people that I'm working with, especially people in our partner program, you just need to get over your fear, start finding property, start setting appointments. Okay, you should be focusing your time on things that are going to make you money. All right. So in our 21-day challenge, it's designed to keep you focused. The once a week group training calls are designed to keep you accountable. The weekly training calls are designed to give you knowledge. It is also designed for me to be there to answer questions so that you might have, so that you're not just wondering. I mean, wouldn't you like to be able to ask questions with someone who does deals day in, day out, week after week? I'm definitely not saying I am the best at anything in this business, but I've definitely been successful at doing this. And if you listen to my story in the past, it wasn't like I was like super successful and did something similar and got into this. I mean, honestly, when I got started, I was like cutting grass to eat and moved into real estate. It just, happened to be my niche. It was for me. And I do believe that. But listen, a lot of times, a lot of us are not successful in life because they're not willing to take action. I felt that like my back was up against the wall and I had to do it for Taylor and I. So I took massive action, and tonight I want to take every excuse away for you to decide if this is right for you or not by offering this for just $1 for a 30-day. And listen, when you like it and when you love it, it's only going to be $99 a month, and you'll continue to have those training, which, by the way, I'm adding new training videos each and every week, and as well as having those group training calls, which to me are invaluable, right? You're going to get 30 days access to our revolutionary technology that's just literally one click away of getting you everything you need. Like literally back in the day, before before putting this program together, I would go to like 10 different websites to find all this stuff, then compile it all together, put it in a CRM to try to figure out what literally takes me 15 seconds to do now. Isn't that incredible? Wouldn't you like to have free access to that for 30 days? Of course you would. Also, again, we're going to give you the scripts and the templates that teach you how to contact the owners and set appointments. There's training videos that are going to go over the techniques and trades you need to be successful when making these calls. I mean, and there's just so much more. So all I need you to do is go ahead and click the link in here. And for the first 100 people, and I want that to be you here tonight, for the first 100 people, you can try this for $1 for the first month. And again, then after that, it's only $99 a month. So let me ask you again. Are you ready to take massive action? Do it. Just do it. Doesn't matter if this is right for you or not. If you're looking to get into real estate investing and you want to make that difference in your life, just do it, okay? Just put one step in front of the other. Believe and trust in yourself to do what you've got to do to get to where you want to be. Now, if you'll go ahead and check the, there's going to be like a little link. You can click that. That's going to take you there so that you can go ahead and sign up, because our first group training call is going to be next Wednesday. Our first one, and we're going to kick it off with a bang, because I'm ready for everyone to start making calls, to start getting deals under contract. Now, I hope, I created some value, and I hope you did not mind me sharing with you guys my personal story. I appreciate it. I appreciate you letting me be vulnerable. Does anybody have like any questions that I could answer for you tonight? Any questions? And I do want to clear up any questions. If you are already a partner here at Partner Driven, you will 100% have access to this, because again, our partners have access to everything we put out there. Our goal is for everyone we work with to be very successful as quickly as possible. So Jean, the only difference here, the one big difference with our 21-day and we do not provide funding for your deals. It's more about showing you how to get properties under contract, helping you through coaching. So if you're wanting to partner on deals, that's only really with at the partner level. But it's a good way to decide if being a partner is right for you. You get to be around us, you get to learn a good bit, so that when you do start becoming a partner, right, you're able to just slide in to just start doing deals immediately. Listen, I got a few more minutes, guys. I don't mind answering answering any question. Carl wants to know, will you go over the app and the cold calling on the meeting on the 21st? The 21st is when I believe, it's our live event here at our office. Absolutely. That's the whole reason why I'm doing it. Of course, we're going to show you how to make calls. I'm going to show you the app and how to use the app to get these deals under contract. So Brad wants to know, what's the minimum for equity on a house that you look at as far as a potential deal? You mentioned 40%. So is that your lowest figure? Not necessarily. There's a difference between doing a deal and what kind of search criteria I'm looking for inside of Deal Driven. Okay. So if I'm pulling list inside of Deal Driven, I'm going to go after some of the most prime leads. So when I'm using Deal Driven, I want to see a minimum equity of 40%. And I want to see a maximum evaluation of $250,000. That's only because I want people that at least have 40% equity in that little area. So if you were doing Marietta, or let's say Douglasville or one of those areas, I would only be looking at ones with a minimum of 40% equity. But that doesn't mean if you get a deal under contract at, that has 35% equity and you close, it's not going to work. It's just when I'm looking to pull leads, I want to call people that have a little bit more skin in the game, because then if there's repairs needed and things, there's enough money left from what they owe to what the house is worth to possibly get that deal done. Joseph says, when using the app and locating the property, should I email support? Support, I don't know if you're talking about Deal Driven, Hun, or for the 21-day challenge. Carl, I'm glad you got the $1 deal. So you'll be ready to get your free trial and be able to start pulling those leads and getting those phone numbers. So Joseph, you said you signed up for the dollar trial. Is that the same as being a part of the partner driven deals? If not, what would I need to do to become a partner driven? Is there a charge for this? Yes, there is. If you're a partner, okay, number one, Deal Driven is always free for you. You can pull unlimited lists. You can skip trace at no additional charge, up to $1,000 a month. Also, as a partner, we provide funding for you. Okay. But like I said, this program here is a good way to get started to see if real estate investing is right for you, because you're going to learn, you're going to start being, you're actually going to have a head up. So Deal Driven definitely comes to you if you're a partner. Any other questions, guys? If you don't mind, just because this is the first time I've ever, threw something like this out there to the public, and I don't mind, you can hurt my feelings or not. Do you feel that for just $1 that getting, Deal Driven, the training and the weekly training calls, and just $99 after the 30 days, do you think that's worth it? I really want your opinion. This is live. I don't mind. And by the way, partners, you get all of this already. I mean, I feel, whenever I got started, I felt like there was roadblocks. And I know you may not be in the same situation that I was in that story, but that doesn't mean you don't have similar situations. I just want to put something out there that you can kind of bite your teeth in, right? So that you can say, yeah, there's not much risk here, but I can see whether or not this is right for me. Right? So that's why we want to put this out there, for you. So again, like I said, all I'm wanting you to do is take massive action and give you a reason to do it. And Carl, I haven't seen you in forever. I can't wait to see you next Saturday. Carl lives in, I just happen to know him from like a year ago. He lives in Huntsville, Alabama, not too far from here. But again, guys, thank you so much for being here tonight. And let me see, it's worth trying to help figure out what it's like before jumping deep into the pool. That's correct, Anika. I mean, some of you are thinking, should I be a partner? I don't know. This is a good way for you to see whether or not this business is right for you. Okay. And if you love it, great. You can, join in and become a partner. But also, there's a lot of value. There's no reason that if you join 21-day challenge and above, whether you're a partner or not, that doesn't mean you're not going to be successful getting deals done. You absolutely can, right? Like I said, it's all about taking action, but you do got to know some things. You got to know contracts. You need to know how to talk to sellers. You need to know what's a deal, what's a good deal. Right? Without knowing some of these basics, I probably wouldn't just jump into this business, because you don't want to get yourself, in a place that you can't get yourself out of. However, that's why we put this together. You're going to get to try the app. You're going to have that weekly training call. Let me tell you, I have never done training calls with people for $1. Ever. The only training calls I ever do are just with our partners, but I'm willing to take an hour out of my week for those of you that are really serious about deciding if this business is right for you. I'm willing to do that and get serious. A lot of times these webinars you're seeing, we're, promoting things. We're talking about partners. When I'm talking about live daily training, when I'm talking about these training calls, it's all about business. It's about putting things to action. Is that something that you're looking to do tonight? Who's going to go ahead and join the 21-day challenge and beyond? Who's already in it? Okay, Marty, great. Awesome. Hey, for those of you that are partners, who's going to go through the 21-day challenge? Great, Trey. All right. Perfect. So just know, starting next Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, my group training calls, that's when the group training calls will be. They will be recorded and placed into the university of your 21-day challenge so you can watch them. But listen, they're live. So you're going to be able to ask questions. We're going to go through everything you need to do. We're going to start, and every week it's going to be a different topic. So if you do this, will you do me a favor? And please, please, please join those weekly training calls. If you want to be successful, you want to immerse yourself and be there. I mean, it will be on video. It will be live. You can watch it through the Zoom app on your phone or from your computer. So, but that's, really, guys, that's what I have for you this evening. I appreciate you taking time out of your life to be here with me tonight. And I'm excited to see you guys on the other side. Take massive action, and I look forward to seeing you. Have a great night, guys. Bye.